was in my first grade class and I had just shown my teacher, Miss Miller, my assignment. I was headed back to my desk when she stopped me and she said, "You sure do have a lot of shoes." The week before, she had asked me, "What does your father do for a living?" And I had said, "He doesn't work," which was true because he was disabled. She said to me, "Well, what does your mother do?" And I froze. I knew I could not tell her that my mother was in the numbers. The numbers was a lot like today's lottery, except it existed for decades before the state basically took it over. It was a legitimate business that just happened to be illegal, which is why my mother always told us, keep your head up and your mouth shut. So I knew I could not reveal the family secret to Miss Miller. So I said to her, "I'm not sure what my mother does." Well, on this day, she said to me, "Before you sit down, I want you to name every pair of shoes you have. Go ahead." And so it felt like a test, and I did just that. I named 10 pairs of shoes in all different colors and styles. Miss Miller looked at me and said, "10 pairs of shoes is an awful lot." And then she dismissed me with her hand, and I sat back down. Well, the next day, Miss Miller called me back to her desk, and she said, "You did not tell me that you had white shoes too." Well, now I feel as though I've been caught in a lie and that I'm in trouble with my teacher, and I really think I'm going to be in trouble when I get home. So I immediately tell my mother that day, I forgot to tell Miss Miller about the 11th pair of shoes that I owed. I have never seen my mother get so angry. She said, "Who does she think she is? That is none of her damn business." And then my mother said, "Get in the car and let's go." Well, of course, I thought we were headed back to school to confront Miss Miller, but no. My mother took me to Saks Fifth Avenue, where she bought me the most beautiful pair of yellow patent leather shoes. And then she said to me, "You are going to wear these to school tomorrow, and you better tell that damn teacher of yours that you actually have a dozen pairs of shoes. You hear me?" And that is exactly what I did. I went back to school the next day and I said, "Miss Miller, I actually have 12 pairs of shoes." She leveled those blue eyes at me and she just said, "Sit down." And Miss Miller never said another word to me. Well, of course, my mother sending me to school in those decidedly unsubtle yellow shoes was really taking a risk that day. She could have raised Miss Miller's suspicions, but I also understood that she was making a point, and it was a point that I heard loud and clear. No one can tell me what I'm entitled to.